The Liberal Democrats are to use its 72 strong party to boost support for carers. And we're going to read into this more from iNews, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from the iNews with the headline that the Lib Dems are to use their 72 strong party to boost support for carers. Sir Ed Davey said he would be happy for Labour to steal its ideas on funding social care reforms. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share it across social media so others are notified of this video. And just right there, Sir Ed Davey saying that he would be happy for a Labour government to steal its ideas on funding social care reforms. That shows to me, like, yeah, you know what? I don't care if the government steals our policies, because at the end of the day, if they end up doing it, which benefits people, why would you be gripe about that? This comes straight away. That mindset comes across to me that he wants to make sure he really does care about healthcare in the care system, and he really wants reforms done in their area. Now, at the time of this recording, it may be possible that West Street may have made further announcements with regards to health and social care that I'm not aware of. So I would say take this video with a pinch of salt at the time of this recording. This was recorded on the 8th of July in the morning UK time for reference. But the fact that the Liberal Democrats have won 72 seats, and they are the third largest party in the House of Parliament. Obviously, Ed Davey will get to be able to ask 2 questions to the Prime Minister at PMQs. They will have a strong sway within that House of Parliament, not just obviously the Conservatives. At the moment, the Conservatives are kind of infighting at the moment, so they're not united, they're fractured. But the Liberal Democrats obviously are pretty united on what they stand for, at the moment anyway. And they have 72 strong there, which is quite a big voice, and a voice that they can use to obviously work and push Labour government when it comes to health, when it comes to environment, and whether it comes to social care. But how much of that push will actually go to actually ensuring that the fundamental changes that Sir Ed Davey wants and the Lib Dems wants remains to be seen, of course. So let's read a bit more of this, guys. So Liberal Democrats plan to alleviate their 72 strong party in the Commons to champion the need of carers, the party's leader Sir Ed Davey has announced. And he's pledged that his party will be the voice of carers and will challenge the government to ensure they deliver for the millions of people looking after their loved ones. The announcement comes on the heels of the Liberal Democrats' victory over the SNP in Inverness, Skye and West Ross-shire, the last constituency to declare in the general election due to its delayed recount. It brings the party's seat total to 72, making it the third largest party in the Commons, behind Labour on 412 and the Conservatives on 121. On Friday, Davey told his party headquarters in London that his main party focus would be pushing the new Labour government to bring in an emergency budget for health and care. He highlighted the party's priorities during an appearance on BBC's Sunday with Laura Kuenssberg programme, stating, "We fought the election on health and care, the cost of living and ending the sewage scandal, and in Parliament we will focus on these issues and push the government to go further." Davey also expressed disappointment in Labour's manifesto for its lack of attention to family carers and unpaid carers, while reaffirming his party commitment to the issue, adding, "We will be the voice of carers and we will challenge the government to ensure that they deliver for millions of people looking after their loved ones." Yeah, like I said, West Stream may have added more to this, obviously, since now he's the health minister. And I 100% agree that not just Liberal Democrats, but I do believe that the Greens will also help. Greens and the SNP will obviously push them as well. Not sure where the Conservatives are going to kind of sit on policies, too much on policies and whatnot. Obviously, it's a lot of right-wing rhetoric, obviously, going to be coming from them. I don't think Reform really are going to say too much about this either, but maybe they will. We'll have to wait and see. But there is obviously support in the opposition. There is some support in opposition bases with kind of coincides with what the Liberal Democrats have said. And yes, in Labour's manifesto, there wasn't as much detail there. So obviously, detail there in their manifesto with regards to this. So obviously, this is something that needs to be, understandably, pushed. So Liberal Democrat leader attracted praise during the election campaign after the party released a video in which he discussed his experience for caring for his disabled son, as well as the care he gave his terminally ill mother before she passed. Yeah, we talked about this in another video during the election. He pledged that he aimed for his party to be a constructive opposition to the Labour Party, and then he said that he would force the new government to listen by the strengths of our arguments. And Davey went on to say it would be great if Labour stole his party's ideas, including plans to alleviate a higher windfall tax on oil and gas giants to help fund social care reform. Alongside its promise to ensure free social care for adults and boost the minimum wage for carers, the party also used its election manifesto to set out a range of promises on improving their healthcare. They include calling for a 7-day target for people to get a GP appointment. The Lib Dems also want to see the equivalent of 8,000 GPs recruited into the NHS, including both part-time and full-time hires to help with waiting lists. Other proposals include creating a new government and the unit to find ways to amend all legislation passed to use in the Commons so that it can be used to improve healthcare outcomes, such as adding requirements for new parks or better accessibility in planning bill. You know what? One policy I really wish that I would like the Labour government to do. Hospital car parks should be free for NHS workers. Why should a doctor or a nurse going to their hospital have to pay to park in them? Answers on a postcard, please. It is understood that the party would also want to push for a longer-term revamp of the NHS and by bringing in better accountability of senior management by patients to improve health outcomes. Speaking on Sunday morning, Davey also reiterated his party's long-standing call for electoral reform, but admitted such changes might mean that there will be people elected with whom we don't agree. We want to improve our democracy. Our politics is broken, so we're going to continue to make that case. People will get voted in who you don't agree with. That's democracy. That's allowing people to express their will, he added. There's also been calls to bring in proportional representation by Reform UK after it won 14.3% of the vote share in the election of more than Liberal Democrats 12.12%, but only won 5 seats to the Lib Dems 72. Yeah, I've talked already about the PR in another video already, but obviously here the main thing obviously is that the social care system is broken. We know our healthcare system is broken, but so is our social care, and there is a without a doubt a crisis within that area that needs to be tackled head on by Labour, of course, but it also that I believe that the pressure needs to be applied really hard from the Lib Dems to ensure that Labour are looking at, if not the same policies, but similar policies to what the Lib Dems are introducing, so that could actually benefit and help the sector without a doubt. Obviously, I understand that there is, they keep saying this, no magic money tree, even though there is a magic money tree there, if needed for investment. But it's not always about throwing money at a problem. It's always about weighing a bit more efficiency and about changing the policies, changing the way of things are done as well. Now, I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that not putting that Labour shouldn't be putting his hands in his pockets, because I agree that Labour should be putting his hands in his pockets. But it's always a case of sometimes you throw money. It's like throwing money at the wall, expecting it to stick, and it won't stick, and it's like, So, but I generally do hope that with this 72 strong that they have, they really can pressure and make some difference, and make a voice for those who voted for them. But what do you guys think? What do you guys make of the Liberal Democrats? They're 72 strong party. The fact that they will be obviously as the third biggest party, and could their voice actually make a difference in the House of Parliament, or do you think it's really not really a lot to look into? Let me know your thoughts and more in the comment section down below. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Share this across social media so others are notified of this video, and subscribe because it does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further, financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or you can join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope to catch you all very, very soon.